convicted by a flawed process, by a biased court, disproportionate sentences, denied visitation rights.
Now this is an injustice that's been going on. 5 comrades imprisoned for 13 years. Of course, one, Rene, was released earlier this year, but remains held by the American authorities because of the conditions of his release for a further 3 years, unable to rejoin his family and his friends in Cuba.
When the restrictions are that you remain in an area of danger with people that have an enormous grievance against you because you're exposing their terrorist activities against the people of the Caribbean, then he is at risk.
I mean, here's a country, and we're not having to go to American people here. We're talking about both governments, both the Republican and Democratic government, are supposed to be, their top agenda is security for their country. And these people are only doing time on the basis because they was pursuing a renowned terrorist who took down a Cuban airline.
The struggle that the 5 undertook to protect their country against bombs in Havana, in the streets, in the schools, and against musicians in Havana, because that's what the terrorists were trying to do. Bomb ordinary people in Cuba and stop the tourist trade to Havana, to stop and halt the advance of the Cuban Revolution.
1959, Cuba was a poor island, grossly exploited and under the power of a dictator and a yawning chasm between the rich and the poor. The poor is starved, the richest fed well. Years later, it's very, very different. Free healthcare for all, free education for all, housing for all, work for all. Not easy, very difficult. And Cuba, able to provide medical help in Pakistan, in Haiti, in Southern Africa, in so many places around the world.
Like we support the sovereignty of America and the sovereignty of this country, that Cuban people should be able to decide their own destiny. At the end of the day, it should be for that individual country to decide its democratic process, how it wishes to go forward. There's been a campaign now for over 40 years of brutality and victimisation against the Cuban people, all because they decided they wanted to go down a route called socialism. That's what it boils down to. And all they're saying is that they should be allowed to freely trade with other countries, and other people that wish to do trade with Cuba should not be victimised and blacklisted for just trying to be humane with other decent people.
Que no sea el clamor de las masas, que sean los pueblos los que pidan la liberación de los 5 y sean los que abran las puertas de esa prisión.
Justice now! Justice now!
Como los 5 héroes que están unidos a la causa del hombre de hacer el bien. Así quisiera mi destino, aunque por ello el imperio me odie también. Y mira lo que hicieron fue salvar a su gente de algunos terroristas que iban a atacar el hospital, la calle, el colegio del frente y el grupo musical. Libertad para los 5, o cámbiame por ellos porque yo hice lo mismo. Libertad para los 5, o cámbiame por ellos porque yo hice lo mismo.